It was learned that Aliana had confided in a number of people that Mr. Bady had been abusing her and was threatening her as recently as the middle of last week.
Furious.
That man, he's no good, he's a coward, and I hope he gets everything he deserves.
Aliana had a bright smile, a positive outlook on life, and when she walked in the room, you knew it because her personality livened up the place. Aliana loves spending time with her family and her friends. In recent days, Aliana had began to become excited about her 8th grade graduation and walking across that stage. Unfortunately, Aliana would never get to experience walking across the stage because events would take place on June 14th, 2024 that would change the lives of not only Alana family, and Alana friends forever.
The family of 15-year-old Aliana Dickey grieved outside a Lowell Street apartment Saturday, flowers hanging from the mailbox after she was found dead inside Friday evening.
Her aunt broke in the house because the father had a gut feeling that something wasn't right, and she found her.
The Middlesex District Attorney's Office said the family member found traumatic injuries to the girl's body. Police reportedly found apparent gunshot wounds and shell casings around the scene.
It has been terrifying, tragic.
Our baby needs justice.
Aliana's stepmother and aunt told us she was supposed to graduate 8th grade on Friday as a student at Lowell Public Schools, never able to cross the stage.
A young woman, not even blossomed yet. Her whole life ahead of her. And someone took it from her, from all of us, our baby.
Still coming to terms with the unthinkable loss, the family mourned shoulder to shoulder where she was found, remembering the soon-to-be high schooler they say was a shining light.
She was just always full of life.
Her father, Scott, at a loss for words.
Beautiful joy every morning.
The DA's office has yet to specify if any arrests have been made in connection to the apparent homicide investigation, the family addressing the person responsible.
Sick.
Disgusting.
Leaving a Lowell family heartbroken this weekend.
How are we supposed to tell her siblings, her 10-year-old sister, her other 10-year-old sister, and her 5-year-old brother? She's in heaven.
A male has been charged with taking the life of 15-year-old Aliana Dickey. Concerns for Dickey were raised when she failed to turn up to her 8th grade graduation earlier this month at her school in Lowell. Her family tried to locate her and went to her home to see if she was there. Soon after 6 p.m. on June 14th, her grandmother called police and said they had found the teenager and feared that she was not alive. When the police arrived, they entered the property to find Dickey in the bathroom with apparent gunshot wounds and multiple shell casings that was located at the scene. Dickey's death came shortly after one of her neighbors called Lowell police to inform them of a couple fighting in the street in the early hours of June 14th. The female, now believed to have been Dickey, was heard shouting, "Get off me! Get away from me! I don't want to be with you anymore," before gunshots went off. Police responded to the scene, but the parties could not be located. Video recovered in the area of the scene allegedly show a female later identified as the victim yelling for help shortly before midnight, and a male party allegedly identified as the defendant leaving the victim's home shortly after midnight. It is believed that Dickey had been in an abusive relationship with 21-year-old Trevor, who has since been arrested and charged in relation to her death. He has been charged with murder, armed home invasion, unlawful possession of a firearm, unlawful possession of ammunition, use of a firearm while committing a felony, and discharge of a firearm within 500 feet of a building.
21-year-old Trevor Bady arraigned in Lowell District Court charged with first-degree murder for the shooting death of Aliana Dickey, a 15-year-old girl who was graduating from the 8th grade. Aliana's family, including her grief-stricken father, filled the courtroom. They say Aliana was in an abusive relationship with the older Bady. Friday night, after Aliana did not show up for her 8th grade graduation, her family found her shot to death inside her father's Lawrence Street home. Now, memorials are set up out on the steps.
An autopsy revealed that Aliana had suffered numerous gunshot wounds, including gunshot wounds to her neck and torso.
Police say witnesses told them Aliana had confided that Bady was hitting her, giving her a bloody lip and bruises. One witness talked of threats.
Aliana confided in one person that this defendant made statements such as, "I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill your grandma."
At around midnight Thursday into Friday, police say neighbors heard a male and female arguing. The female allegedly screaming, "Get away from me. I don't want to be with you anymore."
Prosecutors say they have some disturbing video evidence recorded that night. At one point, just before midnight, they say you can hear the sound of a female screaming for help, followed 10 minutes later by the sound of gunfire. Finally, they say you see a suspect, a man, running out this front door and then down the sidewalk.
Authorities allege Bady took an Uber to Nashua, New Hampshire, and was arrested later in Peabody. Outside court, Aliana's family furious.
That man, he's no good. He's a coward, and I hope he gets everything he deserves. And we're mourning and we're hurting. She had a big family that loved her.
She was somebody.
That loved her.
Trevor Bady ordered held without bail.
Hello, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Karen Classified. I hope you guys comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. I also hope you leave your comments down in the section below. Here we have a story in regards to a 15-year-old girl that goes by the name of Aliana. And Aliana was dating Trevor, who was 21 years old. You guys, before we move forward, let's go ahead and get into some background information in regards to Trevor. We know that Trevor is 21 years old. And to me, that's a red flag. However, let's move forward. He had previous criminal charges. He was accused of pointing a gun at a family member head and torso and threatening to take their life and the life of another family member. In 2022, he was charged with discharging a firearm within 500 feet of a building. He also had assault with a dangerous weapon, carrying a loaded firearm without a license, unarmed robbery, and in 2021, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. You guys, for that, he was arrested and a few more charges that he had. However, the judge decided that he was a threat to the community and refused him bail. But as he sat, the judge then gave him bail, and the bail was set at $15,000. However, he had to abide by a set of rules, and that was he had to live with his mother. He had to have an online job. He had to be entered into a GED course. He also had to wear an ankle monitor and pay fines. But then, moving forward, due to prosecutors dropping the ball, a lot of his charges were dismissed. You guys, I'm not sure if they looked into his background record to see what this gentleman was involved in. And to me, in my opinion, if I was a mother, it wouldn't even resulted into me checking the background, because as soon as I was aware that this guy was 21 years old, it would have been a no. And actually, it would have been a no from the beginning, because at 15 years old, I'm just old school, you guys. I don't think you should be out here trying to date. I mean, you might give googly eyes, you might like somebody, but that's as far as it's going to go. This is a very sad, this is a very unfortunate situation. And this is a situation to me that still raises eyebrows. I still have questions because the incident occurred close to midnight. At midnight, no child should be out that door. At midnight, she's getting into an argument with this guy. Then they heard 8 rounds of bullets going off. The police come onto the scene, and in my opinion, I believe they just kind of cruised through the area, didn't see anyone, and kept it moving. However, this happened a little after midnight. Unfortunately, Aliana wasn't even discovered until 6:50 p.m. the next day, because she did not attend the graduation. And I'm like, she was going to the 8th grade. It's not, to me, like she was a driving senior. So I don't know how anyone else is doing it, but I know my family, we all gather around. We want to take pictures. We want to make sure you're nice. You have your nice clothes on. Like, I'm just still puzzled. And then also the news report states this happened at her father's home. However, it then also states it happened like at her home, and the way everything was worded was as if this was just her place. I don't know. It's just a lot of missing pieces still. So I am going to continue to follow this story. You guys, what are your thoughts in this entire situation? Do you think that age is nothing but a number? That if you're 15, it's okay to date a 21-year-old? If your maturity level is there, do you think, nope, focus on your schoolwork? Do you think that from the time this happened, from midnight up until the following, it was the same day after midnight, but up until 6 p.m. was a long gap in between no one not knowing where this girl was and or what she was doing? Like, what are your thoughts in this entire situation? I cannot wait to see your comments down in the comment section below so we can get the dialogue going. If I am going off track, pull me back. I am open to criticism and I am open to being checked. Again, you guys, I thank you for tuning in to Karen Classified. I hope you guys comment, like, subscribe to the channel, and also share. And until the next video, you guys, I hope everyone stays safe and take care.